Stand by to launch FanStream Sports.
3, 2, 1. Let's start.
Hello, sports fans. Welcome to FanStream Sports. Nothing but pure sports. This is the JP Show.
JP, it's so good to hear you back on the air.
Stand by. Now, here's JP.
All right, happy Friday, everybody. Football Friday. We still got Football Fridays for a little longer, as long as the Bucs will take us. What a night at Amalie Arena. Man, I love my job. I freaking love my job with the Lightning. It is so good. Welcome back. Nikita Kucherov last night. Stamkos was a game-time decision. He's like, I'm not missing this. I'm not freaking missing this. It was a special night at Amalie Arena last night, and we're going to get to all of that. But my Lord, what a day with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Antonio Brown. All I can say right now is, and we have been talking about this since Monday, and we've been saying since Monday, this guy's a lunatic. Whatever happened out there was not the fault of Bruce Arians or Tom Brady or the Buccaneers or Jason Light or Mike Evans, everyone else, like guys that are solid human beings with a track record of being paragons of virtue. And maybe that might be going a little bit far. And yet some people still gave credibility to Antonio Brown. How foolish do you look right now?
I told you to strap in. Did I not on Monday?
I expected some fireworks, but this is just absolutely bananas. Nick Geddes, Outkick.com, joining me here. As crazy as this story has become overnight, as I sit here and say, are you shocked? No.
Not really.
No, it actually came right from the playbook. Came right from the Antonio Brown playbook. And today I just feel like, how does Tom Brady feel about this right now? How do some media members that gave this story any credibility whatsoever feel about this right now? You know, I kind of jokingly on Monday said, if you believe what Antonio Brown is selling right now, you probably believe that Juicy Smollett was attacked by two MAGA guys in the middle of the night at two blah, 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 blah. You know, you probably still believe that too. But yet a lot of media members, I guess, believe that. It's ridiculous. It was ridiculous from the start. You should have known it. You gave it credibility. You look like an idiot.
Who has more credibility, AB or the porn star?
Porn star. 100%. 100%. What's her name? Ava Louise?
Ava Louise, yes.
Toilet seat liquor has more credibility than Antonio Brown. And you gave his story credibility. Oh, well, he's got a doctor who's looked at his ankle and did an MRI and said bought it all. Hook, line, and sinker. How's that podcast going today? I don't know. Hook, line, and sinker. Yesterday, I'm watching Rick Bucher. I'm watching guys on ESPN. Hey, the Buccaneers treated him wrong. They wronged him. He clearly was injured. Look at people looking at the tape saying he was injured.
What was the
Are you out of your mind?
Quote of the day yesterday from Rick Bucher. Watching the game, you could clearly see that something was wrong and that he was not healthy.
You want to talk about a coward? You want to talk about cowards in media that don't want to, affect the Twitter mob, don't want to get the Twitter mob all rustled up here at me. No, I'm going to defend AB on this one against BA. How's that looking right now?
Oh, but we have to launch an investigation into Bruce Arians.
Oh,
the
yes,
medical staff.
The medical staff. Yes,
Bruce Arians. He's not a champion of his own players. Never has been.
No. It's so obvious from the beginning, but this just goes back to what's going on in this country right now. You want to believe what you want to believe. despite the facts, despite the tape, despite the history of the man, despite just mountains of evidence. I want to believe what I want to believe because that's my side. Man, crazy. All right, so this is kind of a little bit of cryptic talk, I guess, because we assume that everybody knows what's happened already. But let's run through the past 24 hours, shall we? With a lot of what's going on. So if you haven't heard, the OnlyFans star Ava Louise came out with the text messages, pictures of her and AB. So AB, according to her, with her text messages and everything that corroborates her story, by the way, much more credibility than AB and his, quote, attorney, basically says that AB hit her up the night before the game, had her come on over, snuck her in the hotel room, and he was saying, wait till you see what I do tomorrow. Wait till you see what I do tomorrow. This entire thing was planned out, well thought out, and knowing full well the damage he was going to do to all the people that supported him for so long. Now, you can sit there and say, oh, it's CTE. Does the CTE person think it out this premeditatedly, if that's even a word? Is that how that works? I don't think so. No. This was a plan from the start. It's interesting because I watched Keyshawn Johnson talking about this yesterday, and I actually tweeted something out going, I mean, seriously, we're asking Keyshawn Johnson to break down the Antonio Brown situation. You mean a guy that won a Super Bowl with a team that everybody got him a Super Bowl that he needed to have and then walked out on his team, quit on his team the next year? That guy is the one that's supposed to be commenting on Antonio Brown. You wrote the freaking book, bro. You wrote the book on this about selfish behavior. You did it to the Bucs back in 2002. And now here's another star diva wide receiver sticking it to his friends when he thought he had leverage because Godwin went down. What did he do? He went AB. He went AB. And all that Tom Brady did to him, all that this organization did for him, you just excuse the COVID card thing, which, by the way, I'm on record. I thought that was the right thing to do because AB had shown that he was a changed man for a year. He showed it. For over a year, he went to practice on time, didn't do anything wrong, but something set him off. What was it? Well, it was the COVID card situation, clearly. And this past week's thing started to go wrong. You saw the press conference after the Carolina game where he was blaming the press for all of his problems. That was the first red flag. And then it just kind of went through the week and they saw it coming. And this is what happened. He set him up. This Ava Louise girls had the whole story, that he planned the whole damn thing. And all of these people giving credibility to his story over this week. For what? What are you doing? What are you doing?
And for a guy who we think obviously premeditated this whole thing.
Obviously, there's proof. He clearly did it.
How much? It's like I didn't say the word selfish at first, but what other word is there to say right now?
It's all about him. It's always been about AB.
I mean, that's apparent what it says. And we showed you the video yesterday, the cryptic video before the game of him walking away from his own team in the middle of the field. I mean,
it's clearly planned out.
There's clearly we got the photos finally. You got him and Bruce on the sideline, and he's giving him the piece. And we're about to listen to what Bruce said yesterday about it. I mean, there's no other legs for him to stand on. None.
Is there anybody still supporting AB at this point?
I don't. There's people out there,
and I'm just going to say this to the media: why do you give these things credibility? Why? Every piece of evidence is there for you to say, let's take a look at this. But yet you still want to believe what you want to believe. You still want to put it out there for clickbait. Is that what it is? Really? I thought you were better than that. I guess I was wrong. It's as much as this is about AB, it's just as much about the media to me. And when people are going to smarten up and start thinking for themselves and critically think through things instead of just going along with some stupid ass narrative, we'll see when it happens. All right, let's get into it. Let's get into some of the sound here. And by the way, the Lightning played an unbelievable game last night. It was fantastic. The Kucherov, if we could let's just take, before we get into the Bruce Arians sounds, can we just take a minute to bow to the Lightning? What a great organization. And Kucherov coming back. The Emily Arena last night was freaking rocking.
I told you over the TV telecast, I could feel the buzz.
It was
over the TV. It just felt different.
Yeah, and just when he came out on the ice, you know, it was a little stoppage in play, and then they were the last line out. By the way, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, you're not starting him? I mean, no, they were the last line out. The whole fan started getting on it, Kuch, and in the first 2 touches, like he's already anticipated where the guy is, tape to tape, sets up a scoring opportunity. Almost scored on his first shift. If he doesn't whistle that a little high. The puck is in the freaking net and the place just explodes. So we had to wait a little while, but his effect on the game, my God, it's incredible. It's the difference, I guess, that we haven't seen it in a while.
Yeah, I don't know.
Wow.
I mean, maybe we took it for granted. I don't know. But,
we all did.
But I mean, hey, I put out before the game, #1 in the NHL without him.
Right.
32 games he didn't play.
This is no joke.
And the Lightning, by the way, they had an identity. It took them about 5-10 games after Kuch to recreate another identity that they continue to win at. And then
munching points, and then the best in the league.
Yeah. And then on a dime, one night against a really good hockey team, completely back to their old identity, and it didn't even change anything.
And God bless that goalie last night. What, Vadar, whatever.
Dan Villar.
Darth Vladar, whatever his name is. He played his best game of his life.
Poor guy.
And before Kucherov just sets up these 2 goals last night. We're going to get to that a little bit down the line. So, but we just had to just jump in here in the beginning, just to bow to the Lightning and Kucherov and the whole. I mean, you want to talk about an organization that's got it all together. Wow. So good last night. All right, so let's get back to Bruce. So I was a little bit critical of Bruce's cryptic Monday interview. He felt like he was a guy in a deposition. And from then to now, clearly they got a feeling that, you know what, we don't need to hide from AB. We don't need to. There was just sense to me that they were just trying to avoid the whole damn thing. And I think they finally just said, you know what, we're in the right here. Let's just go out and tell the truth, what the hell happened, and go from there. You know, let Bruce be Bruce, and that's what they did. And I'm thankful that they finally did it, because after the OnlyFans thing has come out, and anybody who's still supporting him, you're just an idiot. But let's play the Bruce interview in its entirety. We'll stop it down maybe a couple times to comment, but this is just freaking Arians gold. Here we go.
Everybody good?
Y'all good? Wait for this.
Quickly about practice today, not practicing Shaq Barrett, Ronald Jones, Jason Pierre-Paul.
Okay, good.
Rashard Robinson.
We do have
Justin
a game
Watson.
to play, by the way.
We do?
Obviously,
Yeah, we're going to rally.
Antonio go today.
Kick the crap out of them.
Just to clear you up on some things that happened.
Good.
At no point in time during that game did he ever ask a trainer or a doctor about his ankle. He never went through. That's the normal protocol. You go through protocols during games. I was never notified of it. So obviously that was the disturbing thing when we were looking for him to go back into the game. All right. We always had, he was very upset at halftime about who was getting targeted.
Reported that.
Got that calmed down. Players took care of that. It started again on the sideline. We called for the personnel group that he had played in the entire game. He refused to go in the game. That's when I looked back and saw him basically wave off the coach. I then went back, approached him about what was going on. I ain't playing. What's going on? I ain't getting the ball. That's when I said, "You're done. Get the F out of here." And that's the end of it. And we're working on Carolina. That's the end of the story. And hopefully it ends today.
Stop it down. Picture perfect. He played that perfectly. That's the way I want my coach to handle that situation. He saw it coming. They all saw it coming. Bruce played it perfectly. For everyone that has called him out as duplicitous, forcing a guy to go back in the game when he's hurt, this guy, Bruce Arians, blah, blah. You're an idiot. You look like an idiot. This is what happened. This is exactly the way you handle it. Team first. Team first.
Completely on brand for him.
Perfectly on brand. And completely on brand for Antonio
Exactly.
Brown, by the way.
It all just connects together like we said it would.
Yep.
And truthfully here, we said too on Monday or whenever they brought him back after the vaccine, everybody's like, well, you said once he acts up, he's gone. And we said, no, once he acts up on the field, it impacts what goes on. And it's a distraction there.
Absolutely.
He's gone. And that was Bruce's moment right there. He didn't say, all right, we'll talk about it after the game. In a split second, in a game where they were losing by 2 touchdowns, by the way, at the time, he said, get the F out.
And by the way, let's play this through. If you're one of those people that said, well, why'd you kick him off the sideline? Let's play it through. So he sits on the bench and broods and says, I'm not going in the game, and everybody's looking at him. Everybody's coming over to talk to him, and they're all concerned about that. We got a fucking game to win over here, all right? We got a fucking game to win. And get the F out of here. Absolutely. Get the F out of here. Damn right. That's exactly what you do. All right, let's continue.
Coach, he accused you of making throat slash.
I don't know. Is that a throat slash? That's all it was.
Just to be clear, you would not force a player to play.
You can't force a player to play. You can't force a player to play. I mean, they have that choice. It's their body. And he decided to play. He and Mike both were on pitch counts. All right. And we were trying to manage that as best we could in the first half.
And have you communicated with him? Because he had posted some text messages that were reported to be between you guys about his ankle. Have you guys texted during the week at all about his ankle? I know you weren't actually physically here because you were.
No, you saw the text. I mean, it was out there. So, if you can go on Saturday, I want you with the team in case you can go. He participated in the Saturday walkthrough like he was going. So there was never another question about it.
Bruce,
Pause it right there. Pause it right there. Why are you asking that question? All right, Jenna, I like Jenna. She asked some questions that need to be asked. I get all that. Why are you asking that question? Did you text message him? Of course you did. You saw the text messages. This whole idea that this text message is some smoking gun, you have to be an idiot not to understand this, okay? What Bruce said was we did not talk about the ankle during the game. That's what he said. In the exchange during the game, he said we did not talk about the ankle. He didn't say, I didn't know about an ankle injury. I'm not acknowledging an ankle injury. This is just something that a lot of people in the media ran with, and you're not reporting it correctly. You're reporting it completely out of context. What Bruce said was, during the game, we did not talk about the ankle. He didn't say I didn't know about an ankle injury. And as a reporter, you should know that. He was on the injury report. So don't fake like this is some smoking gun text message. Again, use your brain. Gosh, this gets me so riled up. Just stop it. All right, let's continue.
Doing that, I mean, okay, he was out here for the walkthrough on Wednesday.
That's Rick Stroud.
But it sounded like you hadn't seen him. Was he? He wasn't.
Apparently, he's the only reporter's mic that's loud enough.
So was he doing his own thing with a trainer someplace else outside of the building?
I wasn't in last week, but that would be normal.
Bruce, how hurt are you by this? That you're the only organization to step up and willing to take him in a year and a half ago, but the allegations that he's throwing at you guys, how hurt are you by this?
Yeah, I'm hurt, but I mean, I just still wish the best for him. Just get the help you need.
In terms of not making a move these last 3 days, is that just you, the team, trying to avoid all this coming out in part of
it was just, with the league and what you can do, what you can't do. I mean, that's all the lawyers and the league office, with Jason. So I don't have any part of that.
What do you say to the team? Would you address the team with?
Our team is great. Our team knows the truth. They know what happened. Our guys are fine. They're ready to play Carolina.
Stop it down. All right. And Jenna's going to ask about the text messages again. The team is good. They know the truth. And we're going to play some audio from Brady, which me personally, I wish the players would come out and be supportive of their coach and their organization. That didn't really happen. But be that as it may, this galvanizes the team. At least from what I'm hearing from Bruce, and I think he's spot on. He knows the pulse of his team. This galvanized the team as it did and manifested itself in the game. Folks, don't miss this. Don't miss this comeback. because it was talked about on the sideline. The guys knew what was going on. These guys knew that there was somebody there Saturday night. They knew he broke protocol. They knew a lot of this stuff. They knew that something was coming from AB. They knew it. The players knew it. And when it happened, they galvanized and they completed a comeback that is about as unlikely. You know those charts that show your likeliness to win, what your percentage is. What was it down at about 10% before they came back and won the game? I mean, don't let that flip by you. That, to me, shows a microcosm of what this team is now galvanized to do. And Cyril Grayson steps up. I mean, this, honestly, is the best thing that could happen to the Buccaneers. Because if this happens week 1 of the playoffs, you're effed. You know, the Jets you can come back and beat. The Rams, the Eagles, no, I don't think so. Not in the playoff atmosphere. So good riddance. Let's continue. The text where they altered, she asked.
You talk about the one with the little heart on? Yeah, that was me.
Bruce, when he came back from the suspension, was he different? Did he feel like he didn't get the support, or that the relationship had changed at all? Or?
No, I never got that feeling. You know, I saw him here in the building, told him he was not going to be released. You know, that we're going to stand by him, and everything was good. Everything was great until the third quarter.
You're saying that with the locker room, he didn't need to be calmed down about targets, because I know he had said that it wasn't about targets.
The players know this hurt about that.
Did he come at you? There's reports he had to be restrained.
No, I think people back there in those box seats videoed it. I mean, it's like, what's going on? And get out of here.
Did you find out if anybody went after him to try to calm him in the locker room once he left the field, or at that point was he no longer a concern?
They're playing a game.
I don't know who would have been in the locker room to
play
do
the
that.
game.
I mean, the guys on the sideline all tried. They tried the whole halftime and third quarter.
Are you by this? I mean, you for a while you were saying he's been a model citizen since he got here, and then all of a sudden it unraveled. Are you surprised that?
Yeah, I was, the way that was going.
Did you have any reason during the week to believe that he wasn't okay with things, that he was upset about something? Again, I know you weren't physically here, but I know you were still very plugged in with what was going on.
Never, nothing. He was, like I said, he was great the whole first half.
Do you feel that? Do you feel that him not getting his incentives guaranteed may have ticked him off in any way?
They never were, so I don't know why.
And just to be clear, too, in the past, you've typically been very supportive of guys needing their incentives. That's what Tom.
Ask him every year.
Yeah. Thank you.
Man, there's some people that got to be so pissed off that this went down the way it did. And it was I mean, you can say, well, in hindsight, now that we know what we know, you knew this on Sunday. I knew it on Sunday. Most sane people knew it on Sunday, what happened. You just look at the dude's past. Come on. And Bruce Arians, for all of you, quote, Buck fans and media folks that were given this credibility and trashing Bruce Arians, you ought to give an apology and a mea culpa, but I know you won't. Let's play a little bit of Tom Brady now. This is Brady met the media. And I'll just say this. I was hoping that some players would come out and support the organization. I understand that it's better not to say anything and just move on and not throw gas on the fire. I get that. But I also would like someone to stand up for decency and truth and support your coach and support your organization when somebody is clearly predetermined, premeditated a plan to take you and your organization and your coach down. If that's not a time to stand up for what's right and what's true, I don't know what is. But Tom Brady has a post-career that's going to include a lot of multi-gazillion dollars endorsements, and he doesn't want to ruffle the feathers of the quote other side. So I guess in that context, as Michael Jordan once so famously said, Republicans buy shoes too. Here's Tom Brady.
Who wants to start? Tom, how hurt are you by just what transpired in the last week with Antonio Brown for a guy that's went out of his way to bring him here, to do everything you can for him, to see what has transpired with Antonio Brown?
I think there's a lot of personal, obviously, feelings. I don't think there's really a week to discuss it, though. So, I'm just going to do the best I can do as quarterback of the team and try to put together a great week, finish strong. You just always deal with different things over the course of the season. That's what we're doing this week.
As a quarterback, are you aware of who's targeted and how many times? Like there was apparently BA said that he was upset at halftime about his lack of targets. And do you even know who's getting the ball? Do you keep that in your mind? Did you feel like he wasn't part of it?
I think you'd always like to target, you want to get everybody involved, obviously. And I think, the receiver position is always, they're a long ways from the football, when you stand out there. So as a quarterback, you obviously do the best you could do, try to read the coverage and try to find the open guy, and you realize that guys are going to be open, and unfortunately you don't get it sometimes. And other times, you make bad reads and you make bad throws, and it's just part of playing football, playing quarterback.
Can we pause that? No, quarterbacks do not keep track of how many targets are going out to each particular player. I'm honestly, I think Rick Stroud asking that question to just, he knows the answer to that question to have Brady speak about. Of course, we don't keep track of the targets. We have no idea how many targets. The defense will dictate where the ball goes. And no one, he got 15 targets the week he came back, 10 catches. He had 5 targets totaled for the game. I think they all came in the first half. I'm not mistaken. I mean, my God, and now that we know that this was all predetermined and this was something that he wanted to do, I don't know what the end game is for Antonio Brown. If this just, he wanted to force himself out thinking that he could go to another team this year or next year. I mean, that's what Keyshawn did. Keyshawn wanted another contract, another signing bonus, and that's what he did. Selfishly, was quitting on his team in the middle of the season to go get another bonus.
But as I've said, and I know people are saying, "Oh, well, there'll be takers for him." There's reports out there. I mean, he's burned bridges with
what coach in his right mind would look at what he did to Bruce Arians and this organization who supported him like through thick and thin and think that he's not going to stab that coach in the back as well. You got to be a freaking idiot.
He's burned bridges with 2 of the most prestigious organizations in the entire sports, another one in the Raiders, and then the Bucs right after they won the Super Bowl. Who else is taking this guy? Where?
You have to USFL.
The USFL, really?
Yeah, maybe he'll be back. Keyshawn predicted he'll be back playing in Tampa Bay in Raymond James in the USFL because I guess Todd Haley is the new.
Oh my goodness!
Yeah, and maybe Ava Louise will be one of the cheerleaders, and they can do a sideshow.
Yeah, it could just be like the old XFL. Who cares?
Cameras in the cheerleader locker room.
Yeah,
great innovation. All right, let's listen to some more of the diplomat.
Guys that may become injured, maybe not the Cardoffs necessarily, but in this case, Antonio alleging that he was too hurt to play on an injured ankle. So
Antonio alleging that he was injured and couldn't play.
I'm just thinking about my job, trying to do the best I could do.
You guys were able to rally
back. Of course,
from
he has no
14 down
idea.
and win a game Sunday with all this happening. How well can this team get past this and focus on Sunday and beyond?
Like I said, I think every year you have different challenges and adversities, and I think the point is no 2 years are ever the same. And as much as you would love to think, hey, let's just do it like we did last year, it never is the case, and you got to work differently. And we've had a lot of different injuries this year at defense, some on offense, guys in and out, and you just try to figure out different formulas to win each week. So this is a unique week, it's last week of the year. But different guys are kind of stepping into different roles and doing the best job they possibly can.
What has allowed Cyril Grayson to step in and be a guy that you can
Cyril Grayson question here.
Situations despite not having a lot of experience?
He's made the most of his opportunity, and I think that it started last year. He did some good things for the team, and then continued in the off season, and then in training camp, and really got a shot, made some plays in the New Orleans game. and it just has kind of kept it up. So, with Chris going down, obviously losing Antonio, it's just different guys are going to have to step into those roles and do a great job. And those are big shoes to fill because those are really good players. But we're going to do everything we can to get the job done.
This is the first year with that extra game. We've been outspoken about it. How does your body feel? How do you feel going?
I think that's enough. That's
season?
pertinent, I think, to this conversation. Again, I wish that someone would have stood up for the organization and the team and really verbalized how this team will galvanize themselves against Antonio Brown. I don't know what the downside of that is. Do you sense there's a downside to that besides being maybe attacked by the Twitter mob? I don't know. Is there a downside to that?
Probably what you just said. And unfortunately, no matter what you might think or what I might think, that's a big thing to these guys, I think, And even when
that's
Bruce,
sad.
It is
sad.
I understand. And even like Bruce Arians.
You're Tom Brady, man.
Yeah,
you're
I know.
Tom Brady. You have enough FU money to do whatever the hell you want.
But you made the perfect analogy. He is Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
If this was a LeBron James type I guess LeBron and Aaron Rodgers, they seem like they're on parallel lines here.
But, and let me say something. I do not agree with a lot of LeBron's politics and the things that he says, but I'll give him credit for at least standing up for what he believes in, however wrong I might think it is.
Yeah.
In a lot of different ways, not calling out China and things like that. But at least he stands up for his side and what in his beliefs.
I think
Tom Brady,
I think
Brady's the greatest player ever. But that I don't know.
Yeah, he's Michael Jordan. He's gonna say the diplomatic thing, and I think Aaron Rodgers and LeBron James, in contrast, are much different athletes.
But in this moment, and when it's so absolutely obvious that this guy, you brought him in. How could you be more wronged? And you still can't step up? Man, okay. All right. Well, listen, maybe, and I'll admit this, maybe it's just better left unsaid because the more you say, the more it brings backlash from whomever or whatever. So maybe in a much smarter and roundabout way than I am.
This isn't his first rodeo.
I'll admit that.
This ain't his first rodeo with Antonio Brown. He had to deal with this, 2-3 years ago. He had to deal with the same line of questioning when Antonio got released from the Patriots.
Yeah, he's dealt with it. This is probably a much more sane way to handle it. It ends the conversation quicker, and you can move on to galvanize your team. And you know what's going on within your team, and everybody knows now that they got hoodwinked in this situation. And they can move on and galvanize. I hope they do. But I don't know. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll thank our wonderful sponsors for allowing us to go so long in this first segment and bring you all the latest of what's happened with Antonio Brown. We're going to put it to bed for right now, and we're going to come back and celebrate a great win by the Lightning and a return of Nikita Kucherov. We'll hear from John Cooper. We'll replay a lot of the goals and really enjoy a big win last night. Stay with us.
Who wants free mobile service? I do, and you can get 30 gigs a month from companies like AT&T Service, T-Mobile. Great service. Keep your number and get free mobile service. It's part of the emergency broadband benefit from the stimulus bill. 87% of America qualifies. So if you think you make too much money or whatever, just go to jpcares.info and find out. It'll take you a few minutes. jpcares.info to find out if you qualify for free cell service. Get it now before it's all used up.
JP, Santa, and young Saint Nick. Get us right over here. My partner for the Gold and Diamond Source. You hear that? Christmas music. It's Christmas time. You just popped the question to your lady from the Gold and Diamond Source diamond that you got.
Yes, I did. The Gold and Diamond Source, the best place to go get your diamond for an engagement. They helped me out so much. They were so courteous to me for somebody who was so nervous. And it's Christmas time, like you said. If you're thinking about popping the question, you need to go to the Gold and Diamond Source.
It's the Jewelry Supercenter, fully stocked, fully staffed, and yes, just a short drive from downtown Tampa or wherever you're coming from, right there on Ulmerton Road. Avoid the madness at the malls. And whether you're a first-time buyer or looking for that 10-carat custom design, they have it all. 9 jewelers in-house ready to make your dreams come true. Even layaways, 100% interest-free financing up to 5 years. Shop now for your best selection at the Gold and Diamond Source and make your lady wonderfully happy like Nick did. That's absolutely. Shop anytime online at thegoldanddiamond.com. JP here for my friend, attorney Christopher Palermo. If you are having issues with a claim on your homeowner's insurance from a sinkhole, storm damage, water intrusion, defective stucco, and construction defects, or any other issue, Christopher is your man. These big insurance companies didn't get rich paying out what you deserve. Chris founded his practice in 2009 with a passion to help all Floridians with disputes where they were forced to take on the powerful and needed a champion in their corner. Chris wants to make sure you will receive the most aggressive and compassionate representations. He has recovered millions in settlements on behalf of his clients facing defective stucco damage and other construction issues. So call Chris, mention the JP Show, and he will give you a free consultation. That's 813-221-5636, or go to PalermoPA.com. He's a fifth-generation Tampanian, graduate of Jesuit High School and the University of Florida, and he cares deeply about you and the community. That's 221-5636 or PalermoPA.com. Attention home buyers or refinance candidates. It is a great time to purchase or refinance. Home values are going through the roof right now. You've got so much equity, time to tap into that equity, get the cash, and make sure you're making the right financial decisions in your life. Scott Fitzgerald at American Mortgage Services in Tampa can help you out on all those fronts. I've known Fitz for over 30 years. He's done 3 of my mortgages. In fact, Scott has done over 3,000 loans in the Tampa Bay area for many of our coaches, athletes, from Bucks to Bulls. And he can save you big money. AMS is a wholesale broker. They will shop your loan to dozens of banks and let them compete for your business. Quick story, one listener had a done deal with a big national mortgage company who was promising a 2.75 interest rate. Well, when it came time to lock in, it was 3.25. Emailed Scott, got him the actual 2.75, saved him over $3,000 in first-year payments and $2,200 in lender's fees. Email him, scott@amstampa.com, scott@amstampa.com. The PGA Tour's Valspar Championship is back in March in 2022, March 14th through the 20th, right in the middle of the best weather of the year and the last stop on the Florida swing. The Valspar has become one of the must-do events on the Tampa Bay sports and social calendar, so get your best tickets before they sell out. The game's biggest stars love the Copperhead course in Innisbrook. Last year, we saw Dustin Johnson, Justin Thomas, Jordan Spieth. Wow, the crowds, and another star-studded field is expected again this year. Sam Burns took the title and will defend again at the Copperhead. This will be a full tournament with the return of Valspar Live, our free Saturday concert featuring Chris Young and Big and Rich, and other amenities including Chameleon Cove, the Hooters Owl's Nest, the Publix Chill Lounge, and other hospitality venues. Go to ValsparChampionship.com for tickets. The best premium hospitality areas will sell out, so don't wait. That's ValsparChampionship.com.
Are you selling your home or refinancing? JP here for Greenleaf Title. You choose the title company, not the realtor, and it makes a difference. You want a reputable company that will make sure your title is safe and secure. There are a lot of scammers out there right now. So go with a trusted company like Greenleaf Title. Plus, they will close anywhere, folks, and they will send a limo to pick you up to come to the closing. Yep, the great JP Limo Closing is back. All you got to do is give them a call at 727-258-6005. Go to greenleaftitle.com. We'll set up the limo for you. They'll come pick you up. Heck, we even picked up one couple, took them to Black Rock Restaurant, one of our favorite advertisers, and then to the closing. That's how they do it at Greenleaf Title. Great service. We'll close anywhere. The lowest fees in business. 727-258-6005 or go to greenleaftitle.com. That's greenleaftitle.com.
JP, Santa, and young St. Nick get us right over here. My partner for the Gold and Diamond Source. You hear that? Christmas music. It's Christmas time. You just popped the question to your lady from the Gold and Diamond Source diamond that you got.
Yes, I did. The Gold and Diamond Source, the best place to go get your diamond for an engagement. They helped me out so much. They were so courteous to me for somebody who was so nervous. And it's Christmas time, like you said. If you're thinking about popping the question, you need to go to the Gold and Diamond Source.
It's the Jewelry Supercenter, fully stocked, fully staffed, and yes, just a short drive from downtown Tampa or wherever you're coming from, right there on Ulmerton Road. Avoid the madness at the malls. And whether you're a first-time buyer or looking for that 10-carat custom design, they have it all. 9 jewelers in-house ready to make your dreams come true. Even layaways, 100% interest-free financing up to 5 years. Shop now for your best selection at the Gold and Diamond Source and make your lady wonderfully happy, like Nick did. That's absolutely. Shop anytime online at thegoldanddiamond.com.
Who wants free mobile service? I do, and you can get 30 gigs a month from companies like AT&T Service, T-Mobile. Great service. Keep your number and get free mobile service. It's part of the emergency broadband benefit from the stimulus bill. 87% of America qualifies. So if you think you make too much money or whatever, just go to jpcares.info and find out. It'll take you a few minutes. jpcares.info to find out if you qualify for free cell service. Get it now before it's all used up.
Let's go. Right now, back to the show with JP on FanStream Sports.
Very active tonight. Now Belmar puts it across. Scores! A great speed rush off the ice. And the Lightning open the scoring. Corey Perry.
Well, after what was a kind of boring first period, despite the debut of Nikita Kucherov, finally they get on the board with an absolutely gorgeous passing play from Hedman to Belmar to Corey Perry, who settles a rumbling puck almost midair and pops it in for the first goal, and the route was on as the Lightning win 4-1 over a very good and game Calgary team, one of the best, the best defensive team in the league. And Kucherov put on a show. We are brought to you, by the way, by law offices of Christopher Palermo. You can reach him at Palermo, PA. If you have any issues with some construction defects, if you've built a new home or a new office, whether it's commercial or residential, Christopher Palermo is the man to fight for you. If you have a dispute with your homeowner's insurance company, they did not give you as much money as you think you were owed in that particular situation, which they want to do, by the way, get in touch with Christopher Palermo at palermopa.com. He is the expert. He will fight for you and give you a free consultation. So if you think you have a case, just talk to him. He'll talk you through it and see if you do. And if you do, he'll recover some money for you at palermopa.com. All right, so the Lightning win last night. That was the first goal. And the story of the night, though, was the return of Nikita Kucherov and what this team looks like with him on the ice. It's completely different. I mean, I was listening to Brian Engblom last night after the game, basically saying, he probably could have had 6 to 7 points last night. He hit 2 or 3 posts with a couple of with his shots and setting up teammate after teammate after teammate. And we can't, underestimate what Braden Point has done since he's come back. I mean, this team last night looked like just an absolute juggernaut, and that's what we're going to witness for the next few months. It's almost like this is set up to make this team hungrier and more fun, because they had to replace, and it was nice to see Blake Coleman back, by the way, last night. He got his rings. Nice video tribute to him. But at this time, it's nice to see how they've replaced that third line, which we thought was going to be very, very difficult. They've just become just a different iteration of the team. These younger guys have stepped up and given them a lot of energy. Corey Perry, can we start talking about what this guy is doing? I mean, he is a stone cold finisher.
I mean, he might have lost a little bit of his burst, and he was never really known for that, but he was always really known for getting in front of the net, and being greasy, finishing. There's a reason why this guy's going to have 500 goals by the time his career's over with. I mean, this guy could put the puck in the back of the net every single time he played in his entire prime. I mean, he was up there with the Stamkoses of the world. Always, they were going back and forth. I mean, this guy he's everything you want in a third, fourth line guy at this point in his career.
And he hasn't even played with Kucherov yet in point for a large part of this season. I mean, you can't say enough about how this team, John Cooper and this coaching staff and this team and the leadership reinvented themselves for 32 games while Kucherov was out, and all they did was munch the most points in the NHL. And now you could just see from last night's game what this team is going to look like moving forward, as dangerous as you could possibly be. Let's play the second goal. This is Braden Point's goal, and how Kucherov, after whistling 3 or 4 one-timers over the goalie's head, this time he says, "You know what? I think I see somebody at the back door."
Here's Kucherov, back door, they score! Braden Point takes the feed from Kucherov, and it's 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Let's let Engblom describe this. This is just ridiculously good. I don't know
how many other guys in the league would make this extra pass? But Kucherov knew where Point was all along. In behind the net, off to the side, and an easy one for Point to put in the back of the net. The fake. Look at the goaltender, because Kuch has had, 4 or 5 one-timers from deep inside the zone, both power play and 5-on-5 combined. He disguises it. Adam Hall talked about that in between periods. When you think he's going to shoot, he passes. When you think he's going to pass, he shoots. Nikita Kucherov just gave a free gift to Brayden Point. What?
Yeah, I mean, I can't even skate, and I could have scored that one. That back door was so wide open. I mean, and just that's because of Kucherov's presence. That goalie has got to be straight up looking right at him, blocking as much net as he possibly can, because that shot can go anywhere. And he finds Brayden Point at the back door, and it's candy from a baby. And the fact that he doesn't settle the puck comes to him, and he already, like Engblom said, he already sees Brayden Point. It's already done. And he's just so 2 steps ahead of everybody else on the ice.
It's just
insane.
It's just amazing how they just went from like grinding out wins, like we said, and 13 overtime games they've played to this point, and they would always have to win, getting 6-on-5 at the end, going into overtime or whatever. And then tonight, just absolutely just gas a team out like that with their speed. Completely different hockey team that we've seen for the last 32 games, really.
It had to be so fun for those guys.
I mean, I think Enblom had said it. How much did Brayden Point and Andre Palat miss Kucherov? I mean, they've been great all year. I mean, these guys are going to take off now.
Oh, my God. I feel sorry for the rest of the league. Let's play the third goal. This is another virtuoso Kucherov move here. Let's see how they explained it on Bally Sports Sun, courtesy of them.
Lewis, and now it's Kucherov. Cuts back. Kucherov in front. They score! Andre Palat on another feed from Kucherov.
Andre Palat deserved a goal on this play. He kept the play alive along the wall. It was kind of a messy entry into the zone. They get jammed up right here. Look at Pally in traffic. He's the one that creates that, just stays with it, one-handed, and watch this move. Kucherov, what a beautiful double back there on Zadorov, who's having trouble just staying with him. He makes sure he can't get away from him, but look at Kuch. Gets his head up. Pally, who had made the play on the wall, last guy coming into the scoring area, gets that beautiful pass, and there's not much the goaltender can do on that one. Great finish by Palat.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, I grew up watching Magic Johnson, and I love playing the game of basketball. And when you're playing with a great point guard, all you do is just go to the net. If you're playing hockey, go to the basket. If you're playing basketball, he's gonna find you. You get open, create some space. He's gonna find you, and he's gonna put it right on your freaking tape.
You know how many guys in that situation on that goal, by the way, first of all, to have the wherewithal to fight off that check of a guy that's much bigger than you, and you got one hand on it for a moment. The wherewithal to look up. Most guys are going to point. Point was the one who was breaking. Most guys just look once, throw it in front, and it goes, to the point, it's over with. And the fact that he saw Palat around that sea of 3 or 4 defenders.
I don't know how.
And credit to Palat, by the way, to be able to just snap it right away. If you hold on just a little bit longer, it's not going to work.
No.
I mean, that was as great as you're going to find passing and shooting as you're going to get.
A little inside hockey here, because I think Dave Andrechuk explained this to me. This is something that the Lightning work on a lot in practice. Is you don't have time to settle the puck. We don't make plays settling the puck and shooting. We make plays tape to tape, shoot the puck, like boom, boom, boom. Like that's what their aspirations are. I mean, when you see this happen, the first goal was kind of this is what they work on in practice. It's like, no, we don't do it that way. We take the extra. You got to just make it happen right away, and it makes the difference. That's why this hockey team is so one of the many reasons they're so good. They aspire to a level beyond what most hockey teams play at, because they have the skill and the want to do it. And with Kucherov, it's just like it's just that key that unlocks all of the skill on this team, and we saw it on display last night. Well, let's give Killorn and Stammer a little bit of credit too. Stammer, by the way, was a game time decision. He came out on the ice beforehand flying around. Like, I'm not missing this tonight. Like, I am not missing this playground tonight. Here's the final goal from Killorn. Great shot.
Here comes Stamkos now. Stamkos to Killorn. His shot. He scores! And now we've got a rumble in behind the Flames net after Killorn blows one right past Vladar.
Yeah, Steven Stamkos. I don't know what happened with Kucherov, but Steven Stamkos turned right around behind the net after the puck was in and went right after Johnny Kucherov. And that's what started all of this. I don't know if
I think it was just.
I didn't notice a stick or anything, but it was Kucherov and Stamkos, and it's still going on now. And look, it was in the middle of it. Chernak's going to let anybody go after anybody.
I love when they played the House of Pain there. The place was just already going nuts, and then they played that. I love our Lightning Vision. Their DJ is so good. Got the whole place up and going. It's such a freaking fun atmosphere in that place. Last night was just a full-on party. It was just a full-on party. It was so fun to be there last night, to be a part of that. Great goal right there. And this team is ready to really, really take off.
Oh, and the power play, by the way, that's been kind of middling. I know they didn't score last night, but holy crap, man.
Dangerous. All right, let's listen to a little bit of Coop after the game. Smiling ear to ear. This is just an embarrassment of riches.
The guy said there was a buzz around the ice this morning when Kucherov was getting closer to coming back. Just what was it like to watch him? It seemed like he haven't really left you guys a big opportunity might have once the way he was playing.
What's the question in that? Sorry.
It seemed like he picked up where he left off. It seemed like Nikita picked up where he left off. Just what do you think of the way he was able to create for you guys?
Yeah, I still don't know what the question is. Like, do I think he played well? I do. Do I think he has better than that? I do. Do I think he's an elite talent? I do. For him to miss as much time and come into play a big, fast team like we just did and do the things he did, he's elite. And, but he'll be the first to tell you he's got more in the tank. I mean, just your timing and everything is a little bit off for him.
Really?
But probably to the normal person, it looked like he was.
Yeah, it did.
Superhuman. He made some plays out there that, that the second goal there to set up Pointer, that's elite is what that is. And he's, probably just only going to get better here when he gets, his legs under him.
The rest of the
you mentioned
NHL
that second goal,
like,
the first two periods, a really close game. How much does that goal kind of send you, kind of tilt you a little bit, get momentum on your side?
Well, I thought we had momentum the whole time, to be honest. The score, I don't think dictated, the way we were playing. The goaltender played well. He got helped by a few posts, but I liked our game. Sometimes, it's a 1-goal game. I mean, they defend well. And so it's anybody's game, anybody's game at that point. But I didn't think it was a momentum swing. I just thought, our guys that were playing hard and they got rewarded, for sticking with it for 3 periods. And they made some plays at the end. But I liked our all-around game.
Eric Ronaldson.
John, how much did we see everything that Nikita Kucherov brings? The vision, obviously, the playmaking, the shot, even though he doesn't score a goal tonight, fighting off Zadorov, a guy who's about a foot taller than him in the corner to set up Palat's goal, including the frustration when he broke his stick, just everything that he brings to the ice on display tonight.
Yeah, he shows it. And that's the one thing, he'll be looked at as a skilled player, but he's a gamer. Again, perfect example is going in, behind the net with Zadorov, and he's a big, strong man, and he just, used his smarts and knew where to go, knew how not to get hit, and still make a play at the same time. Obviously, he has a really impact on the power play, but it was just how he managed the game so well. He was smart with the puck. He wasn't being risky in places. He was making the plays that were supposed to be there. And he created opportunities for other guys, And that's what he does. But it's just for him to, it's one thing being off a week or something like that, but this is 2 years in a row now. He's out for months and steps in, is an impact player in the game. And so it shows the talent he is.
All right, that's enough. That's enough. All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then we'll come back and wrap things up. Some couple of guys added to the COVID list for the Panthers, big names. We haven't even talked about the actual game that's happening on Sunday. We'll wrap that up, and when we come back, stay with us.
Who wants free mobile service? I do, and you can get 30 gigs a month from companies like AT&T Service, T-Mobile. Great service. Keep your number and get free mobile service. It's part of the emergency broadband benefit from the stimulus bill. 87% of America qualifies. So if you think you make too much money or whatever, just go to jpcares.info and find out. It'll take you a few minutes. jpcares.info to find out if you qualify for free cell service. Get it now before it's all used up.
JP, Santa, and young St. Nick. Get us right over here. My partner for the Golden Diamond Source. You hear that? Christmas music. It's Christmas time. You just popped the question to your lady from the Golden Diamond Source diamond you got.
Yes, I did. The Golden Diamond Source, the best place to go get your diamond for an engagement. They helped me out so much. They were so courteous to me for somebody who's so nervous. And it's Christmas time, like you said. If you're thinking about popping the question, you need to go to Golden Diamond Source.
It's the Jewelry Supercenter, fully stocked, fully staffed, and yes, just a short drive from downtown Tampa or wherever you're coming from, right there on Ulmerton Road. Avoid the madness at the malls. And whether you're a first-time buyer or looking for that 10-carat custom design, they have it all. 9 jewelers in-house ready to make your dreams come true. Even layaways, 100% interest-free financing up to 5 years. Shop now for your best selection at the Gold and Diamond Source and make your lady wonderfully happy, like Nick did. That's absolutely. Shop anytime online at thegoldanddiamond.com.
JP here for my friend, attorney Christopher Palermo. If you are having issues with a claim on your homeowner's insurance from a sinkhole, storm damage, water intrusion, defective stucco, and construction defects, or any other issue, Christopher is your man. These big insurance companies didn't get rich paying out what you deserve. Chris founded his practice in 2000 with a passion to help all Floridians with disputes where they were forced to take on the powerful and needed a champion in their corner. Chris wants to make sure you will receive the most aggressive and compassionate representations. He has recovered millions in settlements on behalf of his clients facing defective stucco damage and other construction issues. So call Chris, mention the JP Show, and he will give you a free consultation. That's 813-221-5636, or go to PalermoPA.com. He's a fifth-generation Tampanian, graduate of Jesuit High School and the University of Florida, and he cares deeply about you and the community. That's 221-5636 or PalermoPA.com.
Coming back at you. Now, more with JP on FanStream Sports. It's only just begun.
All right, welcome back. Just a couple minutes left to go. Programming note, we're only doing an hour today. Apologize for that. We got a charity event to MC today, the GG's Playhouse. No, it's not a strip club. It is for autistic children and adults. And we are going to shoot some trap, I guess, as they say. Go to the shooting range, and we're going to MC that. So only an hour today. The Panthers, by the way, wide receiver Robbie Anderson, second leading receiver, hasn't practiced the past couple of days, probably not going to play. Itor Gross-Matos, one of their best defenders, is on the COVID list. CJ Henderson did not really practice as well. Derek Brown, their big defensive lineman. Also, who else is on the COVID list? Stephon Gilmore is now on the COVID list. Probably wasn't going to play anyway. So this is a team that's going to limp into Tampa Bay and against the galvanized, pissed-off team. They're going to win that game, I think, going away. They just have to hope if the LA Rams win, they rack up the number 2 seed. But the 49ers are coming to play. Jimmy Garoppolo is going to be starting for them, I believe, right? So if the 49ers win and the Bucs win, then the Bucs are the number 2 seed. And they got 2 home playoff games. So lots to play for on Sunday. Well, all I can say is that we told you so. I hate when I have to do this, but we told you so. Antonio Brown is a complete jackass, and he premeditated this entire thing, and anybody who gave his story any credibility whatsoever must feel somewhat ashamed at this particular time. It's good to know that the Bucs will be just fine without Antonio Brown. Have a great weekend, everybody. We will talk to you on Monday.